Yesterday, we were talking about Shih Hwang-ti, the first emperor in China. Was he a great emperor? Was he a monster? Was he a little bit of both? Well, you're going to write me an essay, and you got to decide, great emperor or monster. You can't say, he's a little bit of both things, because you're writing an argumentative essay. And an argumentative essay, you take a strong position. Okay, so you have this reading that you have that you have read, and I've accidentally highlighted. You have a reading that you've read, you've highlighted good and bad. You filled out a T-chart with me yesterday. Below that T-chart, if you haven't opened up your T-chart, when you pause the video, go ahead and open up that T-chart and everything from yesterday. Then you take a look at your T-chart, you got it all filled in, and then down below is the argumentative Aster essay guide. You might want to keep a hold of this. I'm going to guide you through writing your introductory paragraph. As you write an introductory paragraph, you want to hook the reader and draw them in. You can do that with a number of different strategies. The strategy we're going to use for this essay is that of a quote. And again, I've highlighted random things. So I've opened up a Google Doc, do so as well. And I've got a couple quotes up here for you. You can pick one of these quotes, or if you'd like to pick another quote about power and how it corrupts or how it makes us insane, you can maybe do that, or you can just use one of these. That's fine. I'm going to use power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And if you want to use to know what is right and not to do with that is cowardice, and refer that to the Chinese people and how they did not stand up to their ruler, you can maybe use that as well. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is a hook. You say the quote, you need to first say who said it. This is a quote by, and honestly, I think I need to look up who said the quote. I think it's anonymous. And the quote is, okay, Lord John Dahlberg Acton. We're going to say Lord Acton. Okay? This is a quote by Lord Acton. Acton. You say what the quote is, who said the quote, and what the quote means. The quote means that power has a tendency to turn good people evil. Power rots us to our core. Okay. Turns good people into evil. No, it's good people to evil. Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is a quote by Lord Acton. The quote means that power has a tendency to turn good people to evil. Power rots us to our core. Now, we need to transition this to, or translate this to our topic, which is Shih Hwang-ti. This was certainly true of the first Chinese emperor, Shih Hwang-ti. Now we need to talk about him a little bit and then get to our thesis. I'm assuming your thesis is going to be that this guy was a monster, because that's your argument. Was this guy a great emperor? Was he a monster? Notice how I keep reading my writing back to myself. It's what good writers do. You keep reading it aloud to yourself to see if it sounds right. This was certainly true of the first Chinese emperor, Shih Hwang-ti. Shih Hwang-ti was a megalomaniac who made his people suffer, all because of his crazed paranoia. As a megalomaniac made his people suffer, all because of his crazed paranoia. You want to mention a couple reasons why in your intro paragraph, briefly. Those reasons will be what you'll talk about in your reason paragraphs to come. It's kind of like giving the reader a heads up because of his crazed megalomaniac. As emperor, she built incredible projects like the Great Wall and Spectral Army and Terracotta Army at the cost of thousands, perhaps millions of dead. He also made his people and families suffer greatly. No one could possibly. Now we got to get to our thesis. I've mentioned our reasons. Those will be our reason paragraphs. No one could possibly believe that he was a great man. In fact, he was a monster. And there you go. There is our thesis, and there's our first paragraph. Your next paragraph is going to be about the Great Wall and the Terracotta Army, and then a paragraph on how he made his people and family suffer greatly, maybe throw in there something about the Mercury Donuts. Then your Astor paragraph. You need help? Look at your notes, read through the reading. You need to go back through reading. In fact, you should say, from the reading, from the class reading, Shih Hwang-ti built magnificent, incredible structures. Give me facts about the Great Wall and about the Terracotta Army. Google them if you need to, but they should be in your notebook. We've been talking about them. Go ahead, write your essay. I'll give another video about the Astor paragraph and your conclusion, and there you go. But you should get the next 2 paragraphs done. So you'll have 3 paragraphs done. I got the intro done. Get your reason paragraphs done, and that's your assignment for the day. You don't have to turn them in. We'll turn in the entire essay when it's all done. Well, that'll be for the next video. Okay, talk to you later, Ashlyn.